Hello everyone, good morning. Today is 3rd of December. My name is Sahil and welcome to the newspaper analysis. Guys, first of all, fingers crossed. I hope that everything should go well today. Yesterday there was an abrupt disconnect that came into the video and we were not able to stream. We tried to stream 3-4 times. Okay, you might have seen that there was a second video also available, but there also the stream was not able to connect. Guys, on to this particular thing, I want to clarify certain things from my behalf. See, I know this particular thing that you are appreciating our newspaper analysis and you're relying on to that particular aspect. But guys, sometimes there are certain things which happens which are not at all our under our control. Okay, yesterday we tried, it was purely a technical error from the software side. We were not able to do anything. Moreover, there were also a kind of a question that the recorded video could be provided, but there is also a very practical limitation onto that side. I have my classes from 8 a.m. onwards till the evening, and in between I don't have so much of gaps, nor I am having the logistic capacity to record the videos in between. So it is a little bit problematic, and this is the reason that I am taking it 6:30 a.m. live, because from 8 a.m. I have my classes. So that is a problem. I hope you will understand it. Okay, so this is a certain kind of issues. Please cooperate the problem, guys. Ketan Sharma, sir, you need to find the root cause. Now, root cause, unfortunately, we are not able to diagnose it because sometimes from the YouTube's end, it has the problem emerges sometime in some other end, and it is completely erratic. There is no pattern into that thing. Moreover, you need to understand this thing that I am not a YouTuber. I am a teacher. I am trying to do as much as possible from my end so that the quality knowledge could be imparted. Okay, I don't have so much of a big technical team. Okay, I'm a single handedly I'm trying to handle all this particular thing, because you need to understand that some resource limitations are also there. But I will try every possible effort. I will make that the things they should not be. And see, sometimes yes, the issues have happened, but no, it will be taken care of. So please try to cooperate onto that particular front. So chalo, let's without ado start. Let's start with the today's newspaper analysis. Today we will be taking up the analysis of the entire Hindu as well as the Indian Express newspaper. First of all, let's see the overview of the important articles. So into the Indian Express explained section, first article, it talks about why markets balancing act by domestic institution signals. Now this article is particularly relevant if you are a stock market investor. Not important article with respect to the UPSC. It is actually explained your money section. You can leave it, not relevant for our examination. However, the below article, what's in ART surrogacy bill, it is a very important article for our examination. We will be seeing this particular article in detail. Okay, then 2 years of pandemic, vaccines, pills, and a mutant perspective. So guys, again, the vaccines and all that particular aspect is talking about, okay, nothing important, whether what is the efficacy rate, new variants are coming, such kind of a thing is there. Fine, nothing important. Please leave this article. Then we'll reach to the Hindu paper. This is the page number 1. First of all, the doctors, South African national, India's first cases of Omicron. So two of the cases into the Karnataka have been found infected with the Omicron, and one doctor, he had no travel history to the foreign countries or to the South Africa for that matter, but still he is infected. Okay, and one is the South African national who have found infected. Now we need to see that, okay, what will be the trajectory as this particular variant will be unfolding, but up till now no such concrete data is there. But guys, you don't need to see day-to-day developments. Fine, not important for exam perspective. Now the after that, further moving on, Congress hits out on Mamta's move. Nothing important, guys, here. Fine. Now here, warn before opening dam, Kerala tells Tamil Nadu. So 2 years back, we have seen this entire controversy. We have seen this particular thing that the Muleperiyar dam is there. The dam is located into the Kerala, but it is operated by the Tamil Nadu. Okay, and Kerala basically has certain problems because the dam has a structural problem. So Kerala wants that much of a water should not be stored, and the water should not be released without telling the Kerala, because some flooding, such kind of thing can happen. So basically, this thing has been there that please warn before opening the dam. Kerala has told to the Tamil Nadu. Fine. Then further moving on into the city section here, manpower training key to success of the cyber stations. So a very good initiative into the direction of smart policing that has been taken up in GS paper number 2. We will be using a very good article. Then further moving on, advertisement, the city regional section news, not important. The schools have again been shut down because of the pollution. Now guys, this is a new normal that is coming, that when whatever happens, the educational institutions are closed. Okay, 4 years on GRAP yet to evolve. So graded response action plan with respect to the pollution and related problems, we'll be seeing this particular article. Then further moving on, political news etc has been mentioned into the regional sections, not at all important, please leave these things. Then we'll reach to the editorial section, a white touch to a refreshed green revolution, a very in a very good aspect the green revolution and white revolution have been compared here. Both of this article is a very good and important article, we'll be seeing it. Then breathing fresh into the NCR's pollution control. So with respect to the pollution, the Beijing case study has been discussed here. So with respect to the lessons that we can learn from the Beijing, we will be taking this article, a good article. Then again, onto the side, limited gains. Now it is talking about that as a new variant of the COVID virus. For example, the Omicron is coming. We need to further enhance the vaccination. We need to bring more people into the vaccine umbrella and such kind of a things. Mask wearing, COVID appropriate behavior, that kind of a thing is there. Much substance with respect to the academics is not there. The below article, birth and right, it is talking about again the ART bill. We will be taking this article. Then should the states stop focusing on population control? So we have seen that National Family Health Surveys fives report had come. So into that direction, the population control etc is being discussed. We'll see what is provided in this article. Then basically YCRCP government, okay, and basically the political issues that they are facing discussed, not important article, political issue, not important. Then further moving on, guys, after that, Delhi pollution, Supreme Court has given 24 hours to the government to take some action. So into this capacity, we will be taking it up along with the GRAP. So academic aspect will be seen. Then further moving on, under trials on UAPA can't be held indefinitely. Fine, this thing has been provided. Then guys, this article talks about the Paika rebellion to be into the history books. So basically into the 1817, the Paika rebellion has happened, okay, and the Pekka rebellion has been called as a very important popular uprising against the Britisher, and it has been said that the Pekka rebellion of 1817 was the one which had actually started the revolution, basically revolution against the Britisher. So it needs to be given a more important into the history books, okay. So this thing has been just provided. Then further moving on, basically guys, you don't need to go too much into this particular detail because the matter is still evolving. Fine, just into the history, focus on to the Pekka rebellion. Then further moving on, no sign of truce. Okay, nothing important here, nothing important. Political issues. Fine, Zycovid to be launched into the seven states. So guys, we know that Zycovid, it is the vaccine for the COVID-19 which will be administered to the children. Up till now, for the children, vaccine is not there. So Zycovid will be for the children. Okay, and into 7 of the states it will be launched. You don't need to see which 7 states because by the time your exam will come, the things will be completely be changed. So these kind of things are not important for your examination. Pandemic mismanaged, says opposition. Okay, this is a responsibility of opposition to raise the constructive criticism, and they are doing that particular thing. Okay, then further moving on, 60% of the Rajnath revamp done as deadline nears. Now, not at all important. It is talking about the Central Vista project, and as per that, the revamping is going on. Not important. Then further moving on, stop NATO expansion. Russia tells USA. So basically, the Russia is there, China is there, and the USA is there. Okay, Russia, China on one hand, USA on to the another hand. Always they are criticizing each other. They are just passing the comments on each other. Russia and China says that the NATO expansion is happening, Quad expansion is happening, the militarization of the Indo-Pacific is happening, and they try to corner that USA. Then USA corners the Russia and China by saying that okay, their regimes are against the libertarianism and all such kind of a thing. Fine, every day-to-day aspect no needed to see. However, big developments we need to keep in our mind because our questions with respect to the GS paper number 2 as well as prelims are very broad-based type of questions. Okay, so just basically allegation has been made. WTO suspends. Okay, so World Tennis Association had suspended basically the China. Okay, no, not important aspect. Fine. Then further moving on, Chinese firm signs energy deal with Mali. We'll see because the impact on India will come here. We'll be seeing it. This thing. USA slams China's drive for the hypersonic weapons. So basically, we have seen a couple of weeks back that the China had tested their hypersonic missile. So what is the hypersonic missile? Hypersonic missile is the one which is having the speed of more than 5 Mach, 5 times the speed of sound. Those are the hypersonic missiles. Now China is testing it. USA is coming into the tension. So it has just slammed the China. Just one-liner concept, nothing more than that. Then further moving on into this particular direction, China's advisors to move to lower GDP goal. Fine. The L&T, renew, basically just the corporate issues and the evolving details are there. Then we come to the sports page. So that is all about the overview of the articles today. Now let's discuss all these articles one by one into the detail. Now guys, as we do in every class, first of all, we will be starting with the GS quote for today. So today we will be taking the quote from the Leo Tolstoy. Now, the Leo Tolstoy has inspired the Gandhian thought, and Gandhiji got inspired a lot by the Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy, he says, everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Now, this particular idea pertains to the Gandhian thought that be the change that you want to see into the world. Charity begins from the home. If you want to see the ethical and moral conduct into the people, you yourself has to be ethical and moral. So basically, this particular idea pertains to the moral responsibility lies first of all onto the moral agent. Again, I'll repeat, the moral responsibility first of all lies onto the moral agent. So this is the ideology or the idea that you can incorporate into the GS paper number 4, even into the GS paper number 2 and the answer and the essays. Fine, wherever the social change is being talked about, we can use this particular quote. That is all about the quote. Now let's take the first article. Okay, so guys, the first article, we have here clubbed the two articles, one from the Indian Express newspaper and the other article is from the Hindu newspaper, Birth and Right. This is from the Hindu and the other is from the Indian Express, what's in the ART surrogacy bills. First of all, where these articles will be important? These articles will be important into the GS paper number 2, reproductive rights, issues related to the fertility, okay, and the issues related to the women also into the GS paper number 2, social justice. This particular thing could be used. So in GS2, a lot of impact will be there. Now let's discuss this particular thing from the very scratch. So first of all, what has happened, guys? Lok Sabha, it has just passed the Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Bill 2020. Along with it, there is also one more bill that is coming into the light, that is the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2019. Basically, guys, there are the two things. One is the assisted reproductive technologies and other is the surrogacy. Now, let's say that there are the two people, the husband and wife, and they are not able to have a child. So what they can do, both of them, they can go to a doctor or can go to a fertility clinic and can ask some of the assisted reproductive technology by which they will be, by which they can help to conceive. However, when the surrogacy is being talked about, what will happen? There will be again the two of the people who are not able to conceive the child. They can take the help of a third lady. They can take the help of a third woman. Okay. And basically, what will happen? That third woman will be providing the womb. Okay. Is it clear? So basically, the fertilized sperm and the egg will be placed into the womb of this lady. This lady will be will be carrying the child, and then the child will be transferred to their parents. So third women, surrogate mother will be involved into the surrogacy, and into the ART, just the technological help will be taken. Third women, third party will not be available. So these are the two ways in which the childless people, they can have the children. Now basically the idea was this, that these two things needed to be carried together, okay, so that a convergence between these two things can be brought into a law. But guys, what happened? Government decided that first of all, it will be passing this ART bill, and after the ART bill, the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2019 will be passed. As of now, the Surrogacy Bill, it has been referred to the Select Committee. Select Committee will study this particular bill and will be coming out with the recommendation into the times to come. So as of now, the Surrogacy Bill has been delayed, but the ART bill has been taken up. So today we will be discussing the ART bill, and laterwards when the Select Committee will come out with their recommendation, then we will be reading about the Surrogacy Bill. So I hope that the thing is very clear. Now, first of all, the surrogacy, let's take a formal definition. Surrogacy bill, it relates to basically surrogacy bill, it relates to surrogacy and infertility treatment, where a third person, a woman or a surrogate mother, will be taken a help of. And then ART, it refers to a treatment that can be availed by commissioning couple themselves, and it doesn't involve the third person always. Surrogate mother will not be involved. Now, first of all, today we talk why the need for the ART bill is there. Guys, there are large number of ART clinics that have been mushroomed over the entire India, and these ART clinics many a times are not working as per all the clarifications, all the permissions. Moreover, if I tell you guys, in India the medical tourism is increasing. Medical tourism is a very important pillar of the tourism industry. People from the west, people from the South Asia are coming in India, and actually they are taking the fertility treatments, because the fertility treatment are very expensive into the West as well as into the other countries. So because of that also, the fertility clinics have been increased. Now guys, the safety, the rights of the children, the technologies, the safe technologies, consent, educating the people about the fertility, it is very much needed. Until now, it was not regularized. So the ART bill will try to educate the people with respect to the fertility treatment, will try to grant the licenses to the ART clinics, will define the rights of the children who will be born through this ART technologies. So these things will be done. Now let's see that first of all, what will be the scope of this particular article. First of all, when we talk about guys ART, assisted reproductive technologies, here what will happen? Basically, the gamete donation, intrauterine insemination, in vitro fertilization, all these kind of things happen. Is it clear? You can take somebody's you can take the help of somebody's sperm. Okay, sperm donor could be there, oocyte donors could be there. Okay, so these technologies are used. Basically, first of all, there will be the provision of an ART bank. What is this ART bank? It will be an organization as we have blood bank. So there will be an ART bank. This ART bank will provide the sperms, semen, oocytes. What is an oocyte? Oocyte is an immature egg. Okay, immature women egg. Okay, with which the fertilization happens. So the oocytes, sperm, semen, okay, or oocyte donors, fine, they will be arranged by the ART bank, and it will be provided to the patient as well as to the ART clinic. So this is the ART bank, first of all, that will be established. After that, the next thing that will be there will be the national board. Now this national board will be advising the center government onto the policy of the ART, that how better ART clinics can be regularized, what needs to be the qualification of the doctors, and all these kind of policy matters will be taken by the national board. It will review the rules and regulations from time to time and will recommend the change that will be needed. Onto the lines of a national board, there will also be the state board. Now the state board will actually be implementing these rules onto the ground. Fine. So the national board, state board. After that comes the national registry. Now this national registry will be actually the database of all the clinics which are operating and which were providing the ART fertility services. Okay, all the ART banks, their data will also be there into this national registry. Okay, and what type of service is being provided by which clinic, this particular thing will be put into a central database. Moreover guys, what will happen, there will also be there will be basically this registry, the national registry that we are talking about, it will provide this data to the national board also. Already we have discussed the national board, and the national board onto the basis of this particular data can further come out with the new policies, can change their new policy. Then guys, there will be a registration authority. Now this registration authority will provide the licenses, will suspend the license of a clinic if clinic has involved in some unethical practice. Okay, will register the ART centers. Okay, registration, permission, cancellation of permission will be done by the registration authority. So up till now we have seen that first of all there will be the ART bank, secondly they are the national board, thirdly there are the state boards, then there is a national registry, and then there are registration authorities. So 5 institutions will be developed. After guys, it has been provided that before taking any fertility treatment, before taking any technological help for fertility, the pre-implantation genetic testing needs to be there. Let's say they basically the sperm is being implanted into the oocyte. Okay, so one testing is to be taken that okay, the embryo which will be born, the child which will be born, fine, he should not have any kind of pre-existing heritable or genetic diseases. Okay, those things will be also be rectified if there is that kind of a thing. The test will identify genetic defects in embryo created through IVF also before the pregnancy. Okay, then guys, it has been provided that first of all, what will be, and then the next thing that has been addressed is the rights of the child who will be born out of this ART technology. So it has been provided that these rights will be having the rights similar to a biological child. Okay, so basically it has been provided that it will be deemed the child born will be deemed to be a biological child. Okay, and he will have all, or he or she will have all the rights and privileges available to a natural child. Okay, all the parental rights over the child have to be relinquished by the donor. Now who is a donor here? Let's say these are the couple. Okay, these are the couple. Okay, now I told you that the third party surrogate mother will not be involved, but let's say that the male, he is having some fertility problems. Okay, let's say the sperm count of the male is low. So what he can do, what these two people can do, they can actually take the sperm donation from a third person. Okay, now this sperm donor, this third person, he cannot claim any right onto the children that will be born out of this arrangement. So the relinquishment of the right has been talked about, and both of these parents, they have to provide all the rights into the property, right to maintain, okay, all these rights are to be provided to the children that will be born. So this is the thing that have been provided into this ART bill. Now guys, I will suggest you don't need to go anywhere apart from this particular thing, because whatever the question will be coming, you will be able to address if these 6 7 points are there into your mind. Moreover, now the criticism is also coming into this particular bill. What is the criticism? Actually, the two are the main criticisms here. Criticism number one into this particular ART bill. Number one, the LGBT people have not been allowed to take the ART technology. Is it clear or not? Into the ART, they have not been allowed. Secondly, it has been provided that the live-in couples, okay, the live-in couples, they have also not been allowed, because it has been said that our society is not ready to actually grant the live-in couples such a standing or the social status as the regular parents are given. It has been said that live-in couples might not be able to provide a good environment to the child. So the live-in couples have not been allowed to take the ART treatment. Then guys, the third, basically this is the issue that has been there. Then guys, the second problem that is coming, it has been provided that actually the surrogacy bill, I told you, where a surrogate mother's womb is used. So surrogacy bill and the ART bill both have to be passed together, so that a more congruence, many at places they overlap with each other, so that those overlap could have been rectified. But what government chose? First it is passing the ART bill, and then it will be taking the surrogacy bill. As of now, the surrogacy bill has been referred to a select committee, as I told you. So it has been said that both of them are to be taken up together. Is it clear? So this is guys the entire issue that have come here. Who is LGBT? LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people. Okay, so the LGBT, any one of them cannot take any help of the ART to get a child. So this thing has been provided here. So guys, I hope that you have been able to understand this particular article. Now we will be moving to the next article. Now, this particular article here, actually we have clubbed the two articles. Number one article, 4 years on, GRAP yet to evolve, and other is the breathing fresh air into the NCR's pollution problem. Let's first of all, I tell you the context, and then we will be moving into this particular article. Now, every year what happens around the early winter, the Delhi and the North India, it turns into a gas chamber. Okay, and the Supreme Court had repeatedly said that this gas chamber, it is violating the fundamental right, article number 21. Even the National Green Tribunal has said that this basically pollution problem, it is leading to the violation of human rights, fundamental rights. Now guys, basically the problem is that every year around this particular time, many of the things come together. First of all, the stubble burning is happening into the Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh. It creates a lot of pollution. Secondly, around this particular time, the festival of Diwali is there. Then guys, the geographical condition are like this, that around this particular time, the winds become cold, and the cold air is more dense, and the cold air actually rests near the ground. Okay, so what is happening? Basically, the pollution which is being created, it is trapped into this cold air. The cold air is resting around the ground, and onto the ground only we are living. So what happened? The concentration of the pollutants, SOx, NOx, PM2.5, PM1, it increases into a small enclosure, into a small packet, and because of that, the air quality index, it goes into the severe category, into the very, very poor category. Okay, and because of that particular thing, every year the problem comes. Moreover, not only the wind, not only the saturated air is resting around the ground, but what happens? The wind movement is also very much less during this particular time. So the dispersion of the pollution or pollutants also doesn't happens, and all this problem gets aggravated. Okay, and now what happens? The severe air pollution is there. Further, now what guys, what has happened? First of all, when we talk about tackling the pollution into the North India, first of all, this article will be important. This article will be important into the GS paper number 3, into the issues related to the environment and ecology. Is it clear? Now, first of all, when we talk about how to tackle this particular problem of pollution into the North India, so for that particular thing, guys, actually in 2016, there was the proposal of the GRAP, which stands for Graded Response Action Plan. Now, what was this Graded Response Action Plan of 2016? Very easy one-liner concept. It was provided that, see, whenever the pollution will become a problematic thing, at that point of a time we will implement some of the measures. If the pollution problem will be tackled, we will reduce that particular thing, but if the problem of pollution doesn't get tackled, we will further increase the type of measures that we are taking. For example, it is said that under the emergency category of the GRAP, that is the graded response action plan, what will happen immediately? The construction activities will be stopped, closing of schools will be there, odd even vehicle rationing schemes will come. Okay, if the situation improves, then they will be relaxed. However, if doesn't it gets improved, then there will be the other kind of bans onto the manufacturing, bans onto the vehicular entry of the vehicles coming from the nearby states, etc. That will happen. So it means the graded response action plan, GRAP, it got started. Fine. The graded response